our special series on kids and food allergies. Almost 2 million kids in the U.S. have them. That is double the number from 10 years ago. Milk and eggs are two of the most common causes. They are easy to avoid in your own home, but you may be surprised by what foods can pose a threat. Heidi Skolnik is a nutritionist and men's health contributor. Good morning to you, Heidi.
Good morning.
Yesterday we talked about peanuts. Today it's eggs and milk. The good news about eggs and milk is a lot of kids outgrow that allergy.
And that's because as you mature, their digestive system matures and is able to filter out the allergens.
Now, people tend to think eggs, milk, dairy, lump them together. If you're allergic to one, does that mean you're automatically allergic to the other?
They're distinct. So if you're allergic to milk, you're allergic to the milk protein. It's not in eggs. If you're allergic to eggs, it's the egg protein. It's not in milk. They're distinct. But oftentimes, children do have more than one allergy. That's not uncommon.
And when someone says they're lactose intolerant, does that mean that they are allergic?
Completely different. So milk is an allergy to the milk protein, which is whey and casein that's in milk products or byproducts. Lactose intolerant means you lack the enzyme to digest the milk sugar.
Okay, so it's a digestion issue.
Right, it's not an immune reaction.
Okay, let's talk about milk and milk products. First, the most obvious, then we're going to go to the not so obvious, and then the alternatives. Beginning with the most obvious, obviously, milk.
Yeah, right, milk, yogurt, ice cream, cheese. You got that, right?
Okay,
you don't
stay away from that.
Right, you know that.
These are the ones you might not know have milk product.
Right, and this is when you're responsible for the child. You have to become educated in looking at the labels and what words trigger it, because it's not always just milk. So things like flavorings, brown sugar flavoring, or artificial butter flavoring still has some milk byproduct
Why would brown
in it.
sugar flavoring?
Because it's the flavoring part that has some milk proteins in it. Meats, when they're processed meats, they're going to have some fillers, and oftentimes milk is in that. So you have to be careful with hot dogs and bologna, common kid food.
Absolutely.
And breads, enriched breads, unless they're made without milk.
So if it does, so you just got to know your label really, really well,
Exactly.
is what you're saying. Okay.
And put it on a card and carry it with you.
Okay, and these are the alternatives if you're allergic to milk.
French bread often is not made without any milk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why French bread? Is this particular?
That's just the way in which that bread is made. Kosher meats. Kosher never mixes milk with meat, so you're safe when it is a kosher meat.
Of course, that makes total sense. All right.
You can use olive oil or vegetable oil instead of butter. It's healthier anyway.
And soy or coconut milk instead of regular milk.
Well, coconut milk is great, especially in cooking and making sauces. Soy milk, great for cereals, things like that. Applesauce you can substitute for cooking instead of the fat.
Okay, let's go on to eggs now. The obvious, not so obvious, and the alternatives. Beginning with the obvious, an omelet, of course.
An omelet, egg noodles, French toast. It's dipped in egg, so it takes a little thought, but not too far to get there. But there are substitutes. I mean, there are also ones that are not so obvious that you have to be careful about. Mayonnaise. Egg beaters, egg substitute, you think, oh, that's
I just assumed there was no egg product in that.
There's usually egg white in that.
Oh, okay.
So you have to be careful. Mixed foods, like fried rice, has egg in it. You're not thinking, you're saying, oh, I'll have vegetable fried rice. But
exactly,
there's egg
there's
in
a little bit of egg.
Cakes, obviously baked goods often have it. And when you get those beautiful rolls with that glaze on top, that usually has egg on top to make it glazed.
Okay.
So careful. Things like sherbet, you're not thinking of it that way, but that has some egg in it.
Again, will you see all that on labels?
You have to look at the labels. So
and what are you looking for?
If you see albumin, globulin, lysine, anything with ovo in it will clue you that there is some kind of egg product in there.
Ovo, like ovulate, yep. Okay, there you go. Well, that's how I would remember it anyhow. Here are your substitutes.
That's another show. That's another term.
It's an egg, it's an egg. All right, now here's the alternative.
Obviously, ices, always better. Easy to go, or sorbet. It will not have egg in it. Gelatin,
but isn't this a sorbet?
That's a sherbet.
Oh, that's a sherbet.
Which also often has milk in it.
Oh, okay, all right.
So it's different, and you think it's kind of similar because it's not ice cream. But you
avoid the sherbet, okay with the sorbet.
Right. Most cereals do not have any kind of egg in it, and there's lots of products now that are egg-free bread, egg-free pasta, egg-free. There really is an abundance on the market.
All right, so it's again, the word is proactive. Read your labels carefully.
Right.
What you don't see can hurt you. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to Heidi Skolnik. Coming up next, the U.S. ice dancing champs, Tanith Belman and Ben